Did you see that the margarita stand in the Mexican pavilion closed? I appreciate all the Geekin community concern for our mental health due to this traumatic event. I hope they offer fast passes for the La Cava del Tequila. Oh well, rest easy. We still have the cantina for our 11 a.m. nachos, margaritas, and Geekin on Walt Disney World.
Are you ready for a fun-filled hour of food favorites, resort hopping, and hanging out with Disney World geeks? It's now time to go Geekin on Walt Disney World. Here's our dad and co-host. Hollywood was impressed with his performance in crowd scenes at the Indiana Jones stunt show. He never misses an 11 a.m. margarita at the Mexican Pavilion. And Mike Wazowski is still raving about his performance as that guy over at Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Curtis Stone.
Welcome to episode 127 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. I am your co-host, Curtis Stone. We are the family-friendly father-daughter podcast that will feed your passion for Walt Disney World by sharing our experiences and opinions as well as others from our community of passionate Walt Disney World geeks. And speaking of daughter, let's bring her on. She's the co-host. She's been... Stop there.
I thought I saw a tail go by behind you.
Oh, okay. There's one for the bloopers.
A cat tail.
They don't make as much noise.
No, they go really quiet, but you see their tail up in the air. Sorry.
She's been called the best personal tour guide and a Walt Disney World encyclopedia so many times, she's lost count. She almost took down the Great Wall in China with her rented electric scooter, and her laughing place is on a journey into imagination with Figment. We all know her as the sweetest, the cutest, and the smartest Disney daughter in the world, Lindsay.
Hi, geeks.
Hey, Lindsay. How are you doing now that you've finished your assistant directing and cast
it was fantastic. Our dinner theater, which is the fundraiser for Reach Work Camps, if you've ever heard of them, it's an organization that brings teenagers, youth, and adults into less fortunate people's homes, and we redo everything floor to ceiling and outdoors, build wheelchair ramps, all that kind of good stuff. And we raised over $500 as of I know, just in tips, not including the actual meal because it was a dinner theater, and it was fantastic. So I'm very tired. There's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yes, you've been working all hard last week. And you put on 2 shows. Yeah,
and I actually got to make an Alice in Wonderland costume, and I'll post a picture of it.
Yeah, you were really excited about that.
Yeah.
I know Mom helped you with that.
Yeah.
Your grandmother, Mom.
Yeah.
Mama. We call her Mama, too.
Yeah, they're both Mama.
They're both Mama.
We know who we're talking about.
Well, congratulations. And speaking of artists, we have a guest on tonight, our best super geek artist that we have, Lindsay, in the community and family here at the podcast. Let's bring him on. He's been known to plan every 5-minute interval in a 15-hour park day. Disney World now has a wanted picture of him at counter service restaurants because of his habit of ordering the most expensive thing on the menu when eating on the dining plan. And 2 years after coining the phrase, it's 11 o'clock somewhere, he finally had his first Epcot frozen lime margarita last week. Please welcome Glen Kessler. Hey, Glen.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
We're so glad to have you back on. You're one of our favorite super geekers.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And I love the little artist part there. That's fun.
You're my favorite Geekin' artist. Yeah. For sure.
I don't know what competition there is, although EJ had a pretty amazing cake a couple of days ago.
Yeah,
we have a lot of creative people in many different ways. We've got theater people. We've got actual physical artists.
Well, that is, I often say that's the most fun part about this podcast is meeting people from all different walks of life and different parts of the world.
But I think Disney really attracts the artistic type.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. You'd think, right?
That's what drew me to it once upon a time. I wanted to be an artist even when I was a little guy, and remember going on the MGM Studios backstage tour and seeing the animators work, and thought, wow, how cool is that? So it's always kind of been a connection for me.
It's got to be a great inspiration for artists. I mean, who better than Walt Disney? I would think, right, Glenn?
Yeah, I mean, he was really a pioneer in the 20s and 30s with the cartoons. I mean, was really doing some groundbreaking stuff. Snow White, was a real lark that no one thought would succeed. They thought that was the end of Disney. He had gone too far and sunk too much into a fooled venture, but it ended up kind of being a revolution. And the rest is history. I mean, animated films now have their own category at the awards, and Disney continues to be a leader in that with computer generated animation now too.
Well, Disney pretty much wins that category every year at the Oscars. Right. They are next year, I know, with Finding Dory. Of course they will.
Well, he really cared about a few things that stand out for me, which is obviously art and, doing it really well and being very artistic about it, right? It wasn't just cartoons like traditionally it was, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he was always pushing the envelope. I mean, there's some great videos, great documentary videos out there that you can see some of the things that his animators would do. But, first of all, he set up an art school,
yes.
Arts. He specifically set that up so that his artists could train in the way that he thought they needed to really be the level of animator and convey the level of emotion and movement and all these different elements that he thought was important to storytelling. So he'd have animals or people dancing in the studio, not holding still but really moving kinetically, and have the animators have to practice how does the fabric flow, how does the girl's wrist turn as she as she moves. Amazing stuff.
Right. He really cared about technology, obviously pushing the limit, and then education and educating his own artists in the classical arts. So that's awesome. All right, Glenn, what do you do for a living?
So you nailed it. I'm an artist. I'm an artist and an art teacher. I started a school of my own in the Washington D.C. area. We're in Maryland, Rockville, Maryland, and it teaches a lot of the traditional techniques that have kind of gone out of fashion in the modern era, and then we link those techniques up, thinking of them as a language that an artist can use. This is an apple on a table with light falling in this direction. We link that up with meaning, personal meaning and deep conceptual meaning. So something to say, and it's a school that has a 3-year program that students can study in and develop their art to a professional level. And we also have classes for those who are more hobbyists and just want to enjoy themselves, and everything all the way down to kids classes we're going to start in the fall.
Oh, nice!
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'd love to get down there and see you one day. One of these days.
We'd love to have you. DC is a wonderful place.
Yes.
We don't have as many rides as Florida, but
well, it is one place that I've actually, through our church, in the youth group, going to a work camp actually was the first time I was ever in Washington D.C.
Yeah,
Can you believe it?
We both went.
We stayed overnight there, going on our way to North Carolina, and then on the way back home, we stayed there a night. But and then I was there for a high school band 4th of July parade that we were invited to. But I want to go down there, and just have some time to spend at the nation's capital, and that would be awesome to see you guys. Now let's we do a little community shout out before we're going to do a Glenn's trip report that he just came back on very recently, the last couple weeks, which I love doing trip reports. We're going to learn a lot what's going on down there and how much fun Glenn had.
Yeah, because it was very recent.
Yes, it was very recent. And hey, well, recently the Facebook group that we host, Glenn, we always have a lot of activity, but we had some. Is controversy the right word? There was some. This is based on the intro where I have Clay Green and Cliff Barnes, at least two of the people that made me aware that the margarita kiosk in the Mexican Pavilion was closing. And if you want to get your last margaritas, I think you were saying that we might not have been recording yet, but you said you might have gotten your last margarita there. Glenn?
Yeah, yeah.
Before
my
it closed?
first margarita maybe
first one there,
was
yeah.
their last margarita. I don't know.
I saw some discussion. I didn't see anything official that it might not be closed for good, that they may open it back up this summer.
Well, the thing is, isn't a lot of that area going to be turned into Arendelle? And there might be a queue area going around that area.
Geez, Lindsay, I don't know. I guess that's something
because that whole area between Mexico and
close,
where
right?
the real Norway starts is going to be turned into the meet and greet area for Anna and Elsa. So,
all right,
who knows what they're going to tear down, because there's a lot of trees over there, foliage.
Very good. Oh, and it was kind of funny. There was a lot of discussion on that, and people were really concerned for us. But we go and get our margaritas over at the cantina.
I don't think I've ever had a margarita from the stand.
I have, and I've actually had one of the ones they featured over there was the rainbow kind of color where they mix the flavors.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't really into that mixed flavored thing.
Yeah,
it looks fun, but to change flavors in the middle, I'm pretty good. I just like the lime. It's always come down to even last trip I had a mango one. And I like mango, but it's just there's nothing like the lime one. What did you think of your lime margarita, Glenn?
I liked it. I thought it was great. Of course, I didn't have much, in terms of the Disney flavors to compare it to, but I thought it was good. But I just think that's so funny, Kurt. You're just like, no, just one flavor. Play it straight.
I know you'd think I'd like the variety, but
Well, you've tried the
It looks
avocado
good.
one, haven't you?
I do.
That one's really good.
I do. I gotta say, yes.
I don't even like frozen margaritas. I know I'm the weird one in the family,
Right.
but I like the
avocado one. Yeah, the avocado.
But you can get that
inside.
in A La Cava and the San Angel restaurant.
That is very good.
Yeah.
Very expensive too. If I remember right.
Yeah, it is.
And it might be hard to get if there's a line over there. That place can be kind of crowded
You
sometimes.
got to catch it right when it opens.
That's very true. Hey, I want to give a shout out to Melissa Grover also. She posted a pretty fun post out on the Facebook group asking whether to go to French Quarter or Riverside resorts. And the funny thing about that is that they're really right next to each other.
Yep.
I think they're sort of the same.
They're the same. It's both Port Orleans,
right?
But they're two different segments of Port Orleans.
Sections of it. And
if you like getting lost,
resort.
go to Riverside.
It's such a big resort, but it was fun to watch so many people chime in on that. I want to say the French Quarter kind of won.
We stayed at Riverside. We didn't stay at French Quarter,
Yes.
and I would actually say French Quarter just because it's closer to the food.
A little smaller. They got the French baguettes.
Yeah, and it's really pretty over there too.
Yeah.
So, and their pool is nice.
Might be a little better.
Yeah.
It's fun. When we stayed at Riverside, we did go down to the French Quarter and check out the pool and hang out there for an afternoon too.
It is very quiet over at Riverside too. So if you prefer
It's a big spot.
quieter
It's a big resort.
area, it's nice. But I think French Quarter.
People love Port Orleans. That probably wins as the number one moderate too. Although
It's a great resort.
Great things about Coronado Springs, which I'd love to get over sometime. But anyways, a little plug for the Facebook group because there's so much fun going on over there. All right, let's see what kind of trip this man Glen Kessler had. So Glenn, tell us, when did you go?
We went May 19th through the 22nd, which was a Thursday through Sunday. I had very, very little windows to play with. I actually was working Wednesday night until about 7 p.m. And then had to come home and, try to force myself to sleep for a, 4 a.m. wake up, and then had to work the Monday morning after we came back on a 9 p.m. Flight arrival back in our neck of the woods. So it was just really sandwiched in there. Wanted to get as much park time and fun in there.
I gotta believe you really went commando, knowing last time you went. And tell us who you went with.
Yeah, well, that's kind of special actually. Right. So we have a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old, and an almost 1-year-old in one more month, and. The last time we went, about 6 months ago in October, we took everyone. My wife and I were with, at that point, a surprise little guy of 2 months. We had booked the trip before, about a week before we had found out that we were pregnant with him. And then he arrived and, we went on the trip with a 2-month-old. But it was really difficult with so many young ones and, just kind of that. So this was in some ways a makeup trip for the eldest boy, the 5-year-old, the one who I really hope is going to remember these trips and all this bonding and everything that I'm holding on to so dearly. But it also was an idea that one of my students in my art school, she's got children who are now graduating from college, and she said, when they were younger, she had 3 as well, and she said when they were younger, each of the parents used to go with each of the children on a rolling basis on a one-on-one trip, and how special it was and how great the bond was. So for this trip, I decided it would just be the first of these. We'd see how it went. And so it was me and my 5-year-old, AJ, just the 2 of us, just 2 guys going bonding, doing that whole thing.
Yeah, I'm going to save that question for the end. Like, I want to know, did you make your goal? Did you achieve your goal?
I'll keep you in suspense.
Yeah, so let's see if we'll go through the details. It's actually going to be a rocky
road, isn't it, Kurt?
Yeah, we'll see. What else? Let's see.
So, if I could say just one more thing, we had a couple other goals that we were testing. We actually had some. What kind of propelled the whole trip forward was that we had a Southwest air fare that we had canceled months ago, and they give you a certain window that you have to redeem it in. So we knew we had to use some airfare. So I was trying to use that airfare and said, oh, well, why don't we just do this Disney trip? But then my wife was like, well, we just went to Disney. We spent all this money on Disney, and we don't have a lot of money. We're trying to save for a house and everything. I said, all right, I'll tell you what, if I can do the whole trip, not including the airfare, but the whole trip for under $1,000, how's that sound? She said, all right. So I tried to do the room, the park tickets, the food, souvenirs, everything for under $1,000. And for 4 days and 3 nights, that's really very hard to do at Disney. But we figured a way to do it.
Yeah. So tell us how you were planning to do that.
The big expense, one of the 2 big expenses, among park tickets and the room. So what's the cheapest place that you can stay on property? The campground. So my wife and I had done a lot of camping in our 20s. We're now in our, I shouldn't say, I'm in my 40. I won't say at all how old she is. Probably still in her 20s. And when we
probably
when we were in our 20s, we used this wonderful tent. It was a very big tent, and we enjoyed it. And I found it and set it up at home. It looked just fine, and we said, all right, so we're gonna go camping. Me and the little man, we're gonna go camping, and it'll be our first trip. He'd never been camping, not even in the backyard or anything like that, and so that's how we were gonna save money. I think at that point it was maybe $80 a night, which was I thought pretty good, and we did only two park tickets, only two days of park tickets. And then I did a little research and figured that because he's 5, the dining plan was a real deal for him, and that I could definitely eat, to make the money back on the dining plan. And that also made the money, kind of locked in. So I knew how much we were going to be spending on food, so I could, kind of hit that number. And
so the camping is $80, and what's a room at the value resorts?
It fluctuates. I think they go down as low as $50 for the campsites, but the rooms at the the All Stars and Pop Century and things like that, they weren't much more expensive, but they were enough that it was kind of pushing us over that.
Okay.
That threshold. And also, I got to tell you, I was kind of excited about doing the camping trip with my son, and roughing it, and
it can work.
The prices also go up for the rooms on the weekends too. So
yeah, that's right.
You're right. That's right. So tell us about the camping area then.
The camping area was, we had visited Fort Wilderness on the last trip to go to Trails End Restaurant and explore the beach and just kind of see what it was all about. And we enjoyed it on the last trip when we were staying at Bay Lake Tower, and it was nice to visit. So I said, all right, we'll go explore. And I'd done the research that there was Chip and Dale has a campfire thing that they do a show, and there's horses and all kinds of games, and you could really, have a vacation and not even leave Fort Wilderness. And so
well, the most important question are, where are the showers and the bathrooms?
Exactly.
That's what the ladies want to know.
I know, and there are lots of those. I was really impressed. I mean, I was really impressed with the quality and the cleanliness of everything, and how organized. I will say, because there was a lot of talk about how large Fort Wilderness is, I was shocked to see how close the pads are, the areas where you camp.
Yeah.
I mean, you're really, I don't know, I had envisioned, based on some of the photos that I'd seen and accounts that I'd heard, that we'd kind of be in the woods by ourselves, wouldn't see anyone, but it wasn't like that at all. It was maybe it's like that in some different areas, but in the loops that we were in and walking around, it looked like you had about 5 feet between your campsite and another campsite. It was very close.
So a lot of people using tents also?
Yeah, there are 2 loops. There are lots of loops. I don't know the exact number, but there are lots of loops that have different facilities. So some of them are really ideal for tents, and there's they try to put all the tenters there. Others are they've got more electricity and water and such, and those are for the RVs.
Sure.
We had purchased the least expensive pad, and that was going to be a tent pad. But when we checked in, they said there's a really large group, some kind of a retreat, and they've taken over almost all the spots in the tent. And I guess they took mercy on the 2 of us looking at my little 5-year-old, didn't want us around. I don't know, maybe it was college age or something like that.
Rowdy crowd.
So they said, we're going to upgrade you to the 200 loop, which is all the way by the beach, right up at the end, where the boats come and the food is, and so I was really pleased with that. But it was all RVs up there, so we were the only tent
swamped by the RVs.
Yeah,
that's funny.
The poor man in the exclusive neighborhood.
Totally felt like that, So we, and the way that it works is, we came in on Magical Express, so they don't have your luggage immediately available to you. So they said, go enjoy yourself, and we'll call you when it's, when your luggage is ready. So we went and did some resort loop hopping, which we can talk about more later. But then they called us to come back, and we went back, and we were waiting for them, and we were waiting and waiting and waiting. And I kept calling and saying, well, where are you? And they said, well, just go inside of your RV and wait. And I said, you don't understand. The luggage is the tent. That is my RV that you've got, in that bag. So,
I was going to say, so Magic Express didn't throw your luggage into your tent because they had your tent.
They couldn't drop off your hotel your luggage to your hotel room because they had
the hotel room.
The hotel room.
There's some very sad pictures. We took some sad selfies of just the 2 of us sitting there on the concrete,
waiting for your hotel room to arrive.
Holy cow!
That's funny. All right, let's get into day 0.
Oh, and I love doing that, don't you?
Yes.
If you say the first day, the day that you arrive, is day 0, it feels like you bought an extra day.
I like that because, it's not really a full day anyway. That's a good way to put it.
Exactly. So, so we got in pretty early. I think we got into the resort around 11, and we decided to go resort hopping. We were choosing between resort hopping or Disney Springs. The Facebook group was very helpful and almost unanimous to say go to the resort loop and eat the food and the drinks and such. So that's what we did.
Yeah, did you spend much time doing the resort loop?
We got almost all the way around before we got called back to get the luggage. So we took a boat. I mean, it's really quaint. We took a boat from the launch at the Fort Wilderness, and it makes 2 stops. First to the Wilderness Lodge, and so we just stayed on the boat. We didn't do that one, and then it goes next to the Contemporary, and we hopped off there and went into the Contemporary. And I had done a little research to find that there was a really delicious looking lobster roll that was available at the Contempo Cafe's quick service. So we got the quick service dining plan. This was in the intro. Like, I worked it out, Kurt.
Yeah.
And Lindsay. I ate everything that was available. If there was a $17 item on the menu, I was getting the lobster roll or the salmon or this, that.
Well, did you hear that? I mean, I always go for, you must have heard me talk about the lobster roll.
Yeah, absolutely. Comparing the lobster roll, so I had to do my own test.
Oh, so yeah, because you're going to get it everywhere you go, right?
Yeah, right. They've got them popping up everywhere. But no, have you had the Contempo Cafe's lobster roll?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause that one was great. I mean, I posted a picture. I might, if it's okay, I'll post these pictures back to the Geekin.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Site, when the
show
episode.
Yeah, when we post it, yeah.
And it had like big claw meat and everything in there.
Yeah.
Deal.
I'm really impressed with the lobster rolls down there. Of course, you're in Maryland. You got crabs you're famous for.
We got crabs, yeah. Not so much the lobster. Although we've got everything in this area. We've got so many great food. We're really spoiled here.
Of course, we're known.
We're a little bit closer to lobster,
especially with Maine. And so, coming from this area of the country and having a lobster roll down there, like you said, I mean, it's packed in really good claw meat and really big chunks of lobster. And I like the mayonnaise ones. I think some people like the butter kind, it's a pretty good treat and it's nice size. And
it wasn't fancy. It was just, they didn't go nuts with it. It was just the meat, buttered, one of those buttered rolls that they do.
Can you imagine? Toasted. They must get it frozen though. I bet you they're getting it from Maine and it's frozen.
They probably do.
It's not like Caribbean, and they're bringing it down there. And imagine the food that Disney World is shipped into that area.
And have you ever seen a huge truck driving on those roads?
Oh no! Think of the beef and the chicken, and it's just mind-boggling to me.
It's crazy.
But anyways, all right, yeah. So you went to one of our favorite places.
Absolutely.
Well, I was wondering, have you ever done the resort loop before? Have you, on vacation, been around that area, spent any time there?
Yeah, we a little bit when we came the last time. We went to the Polynesian. We were staying at Bay Lake Tower, so we had that kind of built. Okay. And then we went to Contemporary. We went to the Polynesian and just kind of walked around. But in terms of like really just slowing down and enjoying food, and I was trying for food, not so much drink on this trip with my little guy, but I needed to find something for him to get excited about at each of the resorts. So found out that they have pressed pennies, and would he be interested in pressed pennies? And he was over the moon excited about pressed pennies. So we brought a boatload of quarters and pennies, to do that, and he was hunting for all of those around. So that was his activity, and mine was to eat my way around. So.
Well, I know, like last time you went, like you said, you're a family of 5, and everyone's little guys. They're 5 and under, and you don't get time to spend quality time. And with AJ, I know one time you went off, like just you and him doing the parks and going commando on the rides and stuff. So that's pretty cool that you kind of said, hey, let's do press pennies. When would you have a chance to do something like that if you weren't just the two of you? Yeah,
exactly. It was those little, kind of intimate, kind of shared experiences were really special out of this trip, and that was just one of them. I mean, just having little discussions. There's always 3 choices that you have at each press penny, and which one do you want? Okay, well, I'll get one too, and so it was just really cute, kind of going through that. And he collected, I don't know, we had 50 of them by the end of the trip. It kind of got a little out of control. But,
all right, that's cute. All right, so did you do something at Poly?
Yeah, we went over to the Poly and got the citrus swirl at the. What is it called? The Aloha
Isle?
Aloha Isle. I think that's it.
Well, it's called. No, it's right on the outside there.
What is that one? I don't know. They changed the names of these places.
I don't remember the name of it.
No, that one is the one in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, that's right. That's the Magic Kingdom. Whatever it is. That
I know where you're at.
Everyone's screaming at their radio right now.
I know. We don't know. You can.
Lizzie will Google it.
Right. So we got that there. Unfortunately, AJ has a nut allergy, a really severe nut allergy, and they told me that the citrus swirl and the Dole Whip and just the pineapple one, they can't vouch for it, not being free of nut oils and things like that. Wow. So he didn't get to have one. So I had to go find a place for him to get some kind of an ice cream. So Captain Cook's had just frozen bars, so he got that, and I got the Dole Whip, and we enjoyed ourselves sitting around the brand new pool area, which is so awesome.
Oh, did you get into the pool area?
Well, we didn't get into the pool area,
just outside there,
but we just watched it, and we weren't in our swimsuits yet either, so just sat and enjoyed, the music and the vibe of being out there.
It's a great resort.
So relaxing, such an amazing resort.
Exactly.
It's called the Pineapple Lanai.
There you go.
That was on the tip of my tongue, the Lanai.
I know.
All right. So you got back to the tent?
Yeah, so we got called
situation?
back at that point. We didn't make it to the Grand Floridian, though I had really wanted to see that resort. I'd never been there, and I think George Bush and Prince Harry had just been there a couple days before, so that would have been fun to maybe talk with some of the folks who'd worked there and interacted with them.
Oh, wow!
We were there one time when Obama was there.
Oh yeah, that must be neat to kind of feel that energy, that hubbub of the celebrities.
We saw the Secret Service. I remember they were all around the contemporaries.
That's right. He was during a campaign stuff.
Yeah, he was there for
That's right.
His second term campaign. He was campaigning 4 years.
Campaigning for the Reedy Creek vote.
Exactly.
17 residents.
Exactly.
Vote blue. So we got called back, so we didn't make it to all the way around the resort loop, but we went back and waited for our tent, and we did finally get our tent 45 minutes after sitting and waiting for it and lots of calls. So, and then the trip took a kind of a weird turn.
Curveball. We had a curveball.
Yeah, then we had a curveball. Of course, we'd been waiting 45 minutes, and there had been rain threatening from where we could hear, but nothing really had started falling. A couple of drizzles or something like that. When the guy with the luggage pulled up in his van, it was like that character on Peanuts who's got the dust cloud following him around.
Yeah.
The van turned the corner, and this monsoon rainstorm followed him around the corner to us. And we just laughed because we'd been waiting for so long without any rain, and then he pulled up, and now our luggage is here, and it's going to get soaked, and we're going to get soaked. So he was nice. He helped us run all the luggage into the bathroom, so we did get to see those up close and personal, Kurt. They were large and clean, but still not the place I'd envisioned spending my trip. So we waited in there for the rain to pass, but it was a heavy rain, and it was a pretty long one, maybe about 40 minutes.
Right.
We just sat in there and waited. And then it kind of cooled off a little bit. It stopped raining as hard, and I said, "All right, we're not going to just sit in the bathroom with our luggage. I'm going to go build that tent real quick
in the mud."
And so I did. I got it up pretty quick, and we got inside and started, making it feel like home.
Yeah.
And then the rain started up again, really heavy, and then this tent that we had used so well in our 20s but hadn't used in a decade or more revealed it was leaking a lot.
Oh,
and
man.
We were in misery. It was hot. I mean, it was 85 degrees, but it was Orlando 85. It was humid,
right,
and the rain was making it more miserable. And so,
were you sleeping on the ground?
We had an inflatable mattress that we had brought, which was nice. It was very large. I mean, not quite a queen, but pretty darn large, and beddings on it, like linens and everything we brought, and pillows. And they were just getting drenched. They were just getting soaked with this water coming through. And we had a rain, top to it that had worked once upon a time, and I didn't test that when we were, kind of demoing it before.
I'm no expert at camping, but we go once a year, usually down to the Connecticut shore. It's called Hammonasset Beach, and it's miserable when it rains. And I don't know how you keep
even when it's
stay
nice.
dry.
I sleep in the car.
I've got a tent. Yeah, I got a dome tent where I have this huge, queen size mattress that fills the entire tent.
It's really funny. It's quite the show to watch him build his tent and then put this huge queen mattress
stuff
inside.
it in there. It's like bulging out the sides.
Yeah.
But I go in there and it would rain. I remember nights when all of the youth that we were with got soaking wet with rivers flowing through their tent, and I stayed dry. But it sounded like you didn't fare so well.
No, we were pretty miserable. So we decided to. Our first, decision was let's get out of the tent and try to enjoy ourselves at Fort Wilderness, and hopefully this will all pass. So we went to the pool, and the rain had stopped long enough that we got into the pool, and that was enjoyable. And then we got some food, and then it was time for Chip and Dale and the campfire, and that was all real fun. And then we went back to our tent, and it was still 85 and humid. Then I saw in the forecast that another monsoon rain was coming that night, and AJ had said at least 3 times that I recall, I hate that. I hate this. And he was not having a good time. And I just was like, what am I doing? On one side, I wanted to be, I wanted to show him how tough, you can be when you're camping and all this stuff. But at the other side, this is our vacation. We're going to be exhausting ourselves at the park, and then we want to come back and relax. And then we're just going to have this more exhausting experience every night and just be beat up by it. So I finally got on the phone and found a room that we could stay in. I looked for, anywhere on property and to see if there was anywhere we could bail out to.
Where did you call to get the room?
Well, first I went on the app and looked, and the only thing I was seeing on the app was that we would have to purchase three nights at amazingly at Pop Century was available. The least expensive place that I could have found and would have wanted to stay at was available, and it was not terribly expensive, which was also a shock. You think day of, it's going to be astronomical, but it was like the normal rack rate, like 120, 130 or something like that a night, and I just called them up because I at that point I was still thinking, well, maybe we'll stay through this night and change in the morning. But then I was like, no, we got to get this done immediately. So I needed to call them up because I didn't want to lose any of our fast passes. I didn't want to have any, how everything's all wired together with your room reservation and the Magic Band and everything. So I had to call them up to get everything square, and they worked it. They worked it through. So we got a room at Pop Century.
Nice.
That night.
All right, we gotta keep rolling here. Let's get to day one.
All right, day one. Right.
We're now at Pop.
Yeah. So we woke up at Pop Century, and AJ, I should say this. He had fallen asleep. He was so exhausted, even with the heat and everything, that he fell asleep at like 9:00, and we didn't actually move until about 11. He was asleep. I deconstructed the tent around him sleeping in it, put it in the stroller out front while I finished everything off, and then called an Uber, and we went over there. And he didn't wake up until 3 a.m, sleeping in the bed, and he turned over to me. He said, "You got a room."
Oh, that's funny.
I felt like the weight of the world had been lifted. Yeah. So we woke up and we just had the best morning. It was like a new lease on life.
Yeah.
Pop Century is bright and colorful. It's got those larger than life characters.
Had you stayed there before?
Years and years ago, my wife and I had stayed there.
So he hadn't stayed there before.
He'd never stayed there. No.
We liked it. Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, in his lifetime, he's only had these 2 trips, 6 months ago and this one. So he was just thrilled to see those characters. And they have big Mr. Potato Head. He's like waving at him. And
it's a great place for kids, I think, and families like families like your family, Glenn.
Yeah,
I think it's really
a good affordable option.
Great. The kids aren't going to know. They're not going to care whether they're at Polynesian.
It's so colorful and everything and fun.
He was in heaven. I think we'll do that probably the next time. Something like that.
Spoil them when they get older.
That's right.
They won't know the difference until
they don't need the luxury.
Don't tell them that the contemporary or the Polynesian.
Don't give them the pub level taste. Just give them the Pop Century.
That's it.
That'll be good. So,
all right. So now we got to do some parks, right?
Yeah. So we went to Epcot. We went there for rope drop and ran over to Test Track, and he loves Test Track, and we had a great time doing that. He's a little daredevil, so he loves to, go fast in the car. He lets me to drive faster when I'm driving on the highway, and he wanted us to drive.
So he loved Test Track.
He loved it. He's got his hands up and everything. He's a little daredevil guy.
Nice.
So we had fun.
He's cute as hell, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you. I like him pretty good. Yeah, and he was just having a great time. We had such a great time. We did Turtle Talk, and Turtle Talk had just switched over. I want to say like maybe just a couple of days before to have the new characters for Finding Dory.
Oh, cool.
So I mean, it didn't really change it, but there were little cameos from some new characters. That I guess we'll meet when the movie comes out.
Right, it's fun to
see a
little difference. Yeah,
I
love how they do that
next week. The week after.
Yeah. Yeah, we already got our tickets.
I have to order ours.
All right. So I see you met a pretty cool character too.
Yeah, right. So we don't normally get excited about meeting characters. We're not afraid of them, Lindsay, but we definitely don't seek them out so much. But there was one character and one movie that he's been watching. He loves watching it. Is Big Hero 6 and. Baymax, the big, white balloon guy, was there, and we walked in, and they had created the Hero's garage, and Baymax is standing there, and he is huge. He's massive because he's all blown up, and he's as tall as could be, and he's so massive, and it was really like. Meeting a hero for him, and I got to tell you, I was really overwhelmed. I mean, he looks just like it. Some of the characters they look a little different. They're not the right size. It's a mouse and it's very big. But Baymax is exactly the size that he would be, and so it really it was Baymax, no doubt about it. It was Baymax, and he was so excited he was going to meet Baymax, and then it ended up being. Better than we could have expected because he moves and he does the fist bump and they go la 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 la.
Where was this?
So they, where the character, the Fab Five character spot is in front of the land. Mm-hmm. That's on the, I want to say north side, but Epcot is flipped upside down from the north. So it's actually the south side is where that one is. So it's on the other side of that little causeway. Mm-hmm. That would take you from the center, where the fountain is, to the land. Just on the other side of that hallway. They've got Baymax on one side and then Joy and Sadness from Inside Out on the other side. Cool. And you go inside of the memory banks.
That is so cool. So is it just Baymax or is Baymax and Hero?
Yeah, I think once upon a time they had Hero. I think when it first opened they had Hero, but they don't have Hero anymore.
Okay, because I know that they closed down because the animation area in Hollywood Studios is where they used to be, and it was Hero and Baymax. So,
right.
And I got to see them when they were there. But
oh, you did.
That's so cool that they moved him to Epcot because I know everyone loves Baymax because he really is
character.
Amazing.
Yeah. I was shocked. He didn't have a long line. Joy and Sadness had this incredibly long line, like an hour.
I'm surprised because Baymax is so cool.
So that was really. I would ask him, every night, like what was the best thing that happened, and that was the winner of the whole trip was Baymax.
That's funny. So dinner, I see you had dinner at the Cantina.
Yep, we went to the Cantina outside. We got a really beautiful. Seat. I mean, the seating there is nuts. I mean, we waited for like 15 minutes with our food getting cold for a seat, but then finally a seat did open up, and we got the best seat in the house. I mean, it was right up against the water.
So you had an incident on the Mexican boat ride?
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. We had gone on the boat ride in between dinner and Illuminations, and AJ enjoyed it so much, and he's really like very gregarious. He's a playful guy, so he had gotten to know all the cast members when we were standing in the line, and one of the cast members really took a liking to him, Gabriella, and she said he finished the ride and the first time, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, that was so much fun! I had such a great time." And they said, "You want to go again?" And so he said, "Okay." So we went on again, and we went through and we were almost to the end, and then everything stopped. All the lights went off and all the boats stopped. And they said, there's a malfunction or something like that. Well, right about then he says, "I have to pee."
Oh my God.
I was like, "Okay, buddy, you got to hold it. We were stuck there for like 15, 20 minutes or something like that. We finally did a Lindsay in the Splash Mountain. They pulled us out and had us walk along the edge, to kind of get out.
How far did you walk out of there?
We were close to the end.
Okay.
It wasn't too bad. Maybe 20 feet. It wasn't.
Okay. I was thinking
So
you were like in the middle.
you were somewhere where there was land on either side.
Yes, exactly. So
Isn't it funny?
To walk through the sets. That might have been neat.
It's funny how kids got to pee in the most like spots you can't go.
Oh my! I was drinking, my drink from the cantina, and I was like, okay, we've got a bottle if we need it. We are in a water ride, so there are options here.
We had an incident. I should embarrass Benjamin. Yeah, let's embarrass Benjamin. When
He'll never hear it.
He was like 8 years old. I took him to Yankee Stadium, and his mother said, she wasn't with us, but she said, make sure before you leave the stadium, they go to the bathroom. Okay, Mom. So I said to Benjamin, we're getting ready to leave. Let's go to the bathroom. Nope, don't gotta go. All right. And of course, you get out of Yankee Stadium in the middle of New York City in the Bronx, and you're going to be in traffic. And what's the first thing he says when we're stuck in locked up traffic? I gotta go. I was like, should have thought about that a half hour ago.
And what can you say? I mean, because I didn't have to go back then.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
We have a rule, especially when we travel as a whole family, that when one person goes to the bathroom, everybody goes to the bathroom. Even if they say no, I don't have to go. I am pulling those pants down and holding them in front of a urinal, and inevitably,
Well,
that's our rule. That's our rule when we go with the youth group.
Well,
if one person goes, everyone's going. We're not pulling over.
Well, Mom and I are old now, so we have to do the same thing. So we got to stop at every bathroom along the way. All right, day 2. Let's go to Magic Kingdom.
I do want to say, though, Kurt, the last thing on that day was a celebratory toast to you and Margarita with a margarita, because it happened to be your anniversary that day.
Okay, so thank you so much. Yes, I know you always. Yeah, but you forgot your Geekin T-shirt this time.
I know, I had it and it got dirty earlier in the day. I should have.
I had it with you. All right.
Because
he was the first one to
actually buy one.
Yeah, and we're in the parks and
before
take a
we
picture
even got
of it. So, well, thank you so much for that toast. We appreciate that.
Of course. And then, so day 2, we went to the Magic Kingdom and again rope drop. And this was one of those days when the Magic Kingdom was open 9 a.m. until midnight. And I said to AJ, we're going to do all of it. We might take a little nap in the middle. We might come home and take a little nap, which we did. But
you guys are a commando. I knew you would do that.
I know. That's my boy. I gotta teach him the right way to do it.
I knew you were gonna.
So
awesome.
we did. We had Peter Pan, Winnie the Pooh, and Mine Train all done by 9:30.
Yeah,
and,
perfect.
Nice.
Had a breakfast ADR at Be Our Guest at 9:40.
Wow.
Which I thought,
that's cool.
Yeah, it was cool. So we got to enjoy the short lines and and get on the big 3 rides. And then when people started to come in, I mean, God, at that point, Mine Train was already up to 60 minutes.
Right.
Half hour later. So then we ducked in to Be Our Guest, and that was lovely.
Did a nice big
what a
breakfast.
treat for his first time, second time,
Yeah.
to eat at Be Our Guest for breakfast.
Yeah, how was the breakfast there?
Breakfast was good. They have they start you off with a bunch of pastries, little sweet pastry, maybe half a dozen of those, and they were all good. And then you get your sandwich or whatever you like. And I had this open faced. It had poached eggs and bacon, and it was just delicious.
So it's menu items, right? It's a menu. It's a menu. It's not buffet or.
Oh no, that's right. Yeah, it's not. It's not a buffet. I don't know that they do buffets there.
No, they don't. It's so crowded there that I don't think they could.
I knew this from the menu, but there's no characters or anything, is there? Except
is the Beast there in the morning? He's there for dinner.
No, only at night. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But the good news is it's a quick service credit for breakfast and lunch,
nice.
And breakfast is $25 if you're paying out of pocket.
Oh, so, nice deal! Wow,
that was a really good deal.
Yeah, you did hit that's the key with the meal plan. Get the most expensive items on the plan.
Yeah. Well, I'd found a little spreadsheet on another website, WDW Prep, and she had done all this work to find out what were the most expensive meals that you could eat at every quick service and every table service.
That's good research, yeah.
Hunted and found all of them. So,
all right, what else did you do there? And
Well, in the morning before we were going to do our nap trip home and pool, back to the resort, we were planning on doing a bunch of rides. I had finished using my third Fast Pass. I think we had done Splash and one other, I can't recall. But we'd used up all our Fast Passes, before noon. And then I went to the app to get my fourth Fast Pass, and the app wasn't responding. So then I went to the kiosk, and the line at the kiosk was insane. And oh no, the Fast Pass system, the entire My Disney Experience system had crashed, is what had happened. And all of the parks were down. Everything was down. All reservations. The entire app was dead.
Beautiful.
Billions of dollars. There you go.
I know, it was insane.
Reboot.
Yeah, so I said to AJ, I mean, we are dead. I mean, the line, the standing in the line to get a Fast Pass at the kiosk had to have been an hour.
That's horrible.
We waited for 10 minutes and didn't move.
That's hysterical. Why wait in line?
You have to wait in line so you don't have to wait in line.
Exactly. So I said, all right, well, let's go look at rides. All the rides were over an hour because there's no Fast Pass queue, so it's just standby everywhere. And so it was a mess. And I said, all right, let's I'm thinking on the fly here. Let's go do things that don't need Fast Passes, and then let's get out of here. So we did Country Bear Jamboree, which I haven't been on to that since I was 5 years old, like him, and it was awesome. That's a Stone favorite.
Yeah, you gotta love that politically incorrect.
It's just politically incorrect enough to be acceptable. That it'll go over the kids' heads or people who's not really paying attention. But if you actually listen,
I know.
Oh, yeah. His favorite thing is I can see that bear's butt when she comes out of the ceiling. That's all. So, but yeah, the humor was great for the adults.
Yeah, have fun with it. Clap and sing along.
Yeah, so we left, and left all the lines behind, and I was just hoping that they recognize that this is a disaster and they have to fix it, and that things would come back online hopefully by the time we got back in the afternoon. And the good news is that's exactly what happened. We took the first bus. So the good thing about staying at Pop Century is that it's got a sister resort, Art of Animation. They're connected by this little bridge that goes across the Hourglass Lake. Yeah. So when we got to the bus pickup area, we always had the choice of going to either the Pop Century bus or the Art of Animation bus. So the Art of Animation bus was there when we got outside. And so we hopped on there, and I said, well, let's go to Landscape of Flavors, which is the quick service, kind of mess hall that they have at Art of Animation. It'll give us an opportunity to see the really cool characters that are over there. Right. So that's what we did. We enjoyed. What did we get? The crab and Surf and Surf. That's right. Sandwich, which is a crab cake with fried shrimp on top of it. And that was awesome.
Yeah, I love that thing. And AJ got one too?
Yeah, at this point, we're becoming seasoned veterans at the quick service. I didn't realize, because I'd read a couple of places online, it said that when a kid's meal is available at a restaurant, a kid on the dining plan has to order from the kids' menu. And that's what we had done at the first couple of meals. But then cast members kept telling us, well, no, that you don't have to. You can order, you can order the adults. So then from then on we did. We ordered all the adult
There's
meals.
actually no way to tell the difference on the screens. It doesn't say
that's cool.
Kids or adults. So Shh, I didn't say anything. I don't know any of Mickey's secrets.
the difference in price is significant. I mean, it's not like the kids meal plan that you pay for is 20% less. It's like 80% less than the adults. It's a significant difference.
A dining credit.
The fact that they'll give you the adult food at that price was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So you went back to Magic Kingdom?
We went back to Magic Kingdom after a little nap. I think we got back around 6 and decided that we were going to try to stay until midnight and just to see how we could work it. And at that point, the Fast Pass system had totally come back online, and we worked out the fast pass system.
Nice.
As soon as the rules are like, as soon as you scan your Magic Band, that fast pass has been used, and now you can go on and get it. So I was like, okay, well, how fast is it? There's probably a lag time or something like that. So I got on. I had my phone open as we scanned the Magic Band, and then while we're walking to, I don't know, we would just grab whatever, and while we're walking to get on the ride, the next fast pass, is available, and we grabbed them.
That's new.
That's nice. Yeah, that you can actually do it from the app now.
Yeah, it was amazing. I mean, like literally, we got on. We'd have let's say we had an 8:00 fast pass for Pirates of the Caribbean. As soon as we scanned our Magic Band, you can go into the app, and you might see 8:05 Pirates of the Caribbean. So I'd grab that, and we'd get out of the ride and go right back on. We did Haunted Mansion 3 times in a row. We did.
Wow.
Pirates of the Caribbean. I think we did 17 rides.
Wow.
Like just no lines.
So did you make it to midnight?
We made it.
Nice. Good job.
Wow.
Congratulations.
So you got to watch the Castle Show and Wishes?
Wow. Okay, so almost.
You're on a ride.
Kind of.
Oh, look, we got another fast pass.
We were actually at dinner when that happened.
Oh, okay.
We were getting really hungry, and we were down to only one quick service, which we were going to use the next day at Hollywood Studios. And so I said, I really want to go to the Skipper Canteen. I like the jungle, cruise theme and everything like that, and the quirky food, really sounds good. So we went to Skipper Canteen, and they only take like immediate walk up, kind of reservation or day of reservation. I should say. Right. That changes, so now you do order it in the app. So we got a reservation for, I think it was 9 or 5 to 9. But it's a sit-down table service meal, so it actually took us through, till about 10:30. So 9:00 to 10:30 we were in there. So we missed the fireworks and the show and everything like that.
Did they run the parade at least later?
I think we missed the parade too. We missed all of that stuff. We were just rides, and
I think they don't bring the parade. They do the parade twice during the summer, so I think you just missed that window.
Oh, yeah. I know it was set up when we went in for dinner at like 5 to 9. It must be like a 9:00 parade, is it, Lindsay?
I can't remember if it goes before or after during the off season, like the not summer season.
Gotcha.
But there's only one during certain times of the year.
So you like the Skipper Canteen?
Yeah. So I want to tell you that the Skipper Canteen is an amazing meal, an amazing place.
Oh, what'd you have there?
We had a really fun waitress, and she said, these are the 3, these are my 3 favorites, and I just told her to pick one. So she came back with a surprise, and it was the lamb chops, and they were unreal. They were so good. They were seasoned perfectly. They were it wasn't a lot of meat, but I kind of expected that at a kind of a place like that it would be a smaller piece, but it was 3 really beautifully cooked, just charred, perfectly on the outside, great spice, over a bed of lentils and some vegetables, and everything was just incredible.
Good waitresses. Yeah, they're fun. They have fun with it. They do
It's beautiful in there too.
Yeah, good stuff. And I had a steak salad that was really spicy, probably spicier than if I had known that, I wouldn't have had it. So I'm sure if I had something different, it would have been a little better for me.
Yeah. You ate there, is what you're saying?
Yes, we did.
We did.
How did you guys find the cast members? Because that's really what made it special for us.
Yeah, it was.
We had a fantastic.
She was great, awesome, telling jokes and goofing on other.
Yeah. It helps the more you laugh at their corny jokes, the more they realize this is a fun table to play with.
It was really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. All right,
that's what I really enjoyed, was how quirky and it was amazing to watch them, and maybe Lindsay as a performer, you might kind of feel the same. It's like it's so difficult to kind of balance, kind of being the performer, and then also still like meeting the needs. Like these guys are in charge of, like they still have to get your food. They still have to answer questions about dietary restrictions, like our peanut allergy. And she had no trouble. I mean, she was really wonderful at joking on one side, being corny and aloof and goofy, and then getting right, kind of back to serious, and then still even weaving jokes in there.
Great
but
point.
I never felt,
great point. That's a talent. People don't appreciate that. I think that's a great thing to say.
And Disney they train their cast members for the certain locations.
Yeah, primetime cafes.
They like whatever specific thing there is. They usually have like a day of training like specifically for the theme, or and then they have the separate food training.
Well, that's pretty
all that
cool.
kind of stuff.
It takes a special person to deal with the public, first of all.
Yeah.
And be in a good mood the whole time and tell jokes. And like you said, actually take care of the actual waiting work.
Because I know the intense training they did just for the cast members who worked at the superhero headquarters, which I worked at. Yeah. It was really intense just to get the theming right.
Yeah.
We had a days of training.
That's awesome.
Besides actual merchandise training.
That restaurant's pretty new.
I can't imagine how much more intense it is at the restaurants. So,
all right. Well, we're at our hours, but we got to get that last day in there.
It's a short day.
Day 3. So,
our last day we went to Hollywood Studios, and this was mostly so that we could do the new Jedi training. He had done the Jedi training on the last trip with Darth Vader, but we had heard that the theater, if you can call it that outdoor stage area had been rebuilt, and that it had a different bad guy, someone called the Seventh Sister. We don't know who that is because we don't watch the cartoon, but there's a new character, and that Kylo Ren was involved, and there was a new story, and it was awesome. So this was an 8:00 or extra magic hour opening for Hollywood Studios, and knowing that's why we picked that to be our day, because you can get in at 8:00, and a lot of people do. We did the last time with the Hollywood and Vine breakfast, and all the Jedi, all the kids sign up for the Jedi Academy, and then there's no spots left at 9:00 when the park really opens. So, so we had to be there for that 8:00 rope drop. And even still, we stood in a half-hour long line. I mean, being there at rope drop, it was nuts, and had to choose an almost noon time for our Jedi Academy, which was tough because we were leaving on a plane. We had to be back at the resort by 2, so it was cutting it close. But we made it, and he had a great time. And the show is, I think the show is even better than it was before, and it was incredible before. I don't know if you've seen it.
It's been the same thing for a long time, so it's nice to have a little mix.
I love watching the kids. It must be fun watching your own kid do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's great. And, you get talking with the other parents, and then you're watching and rooting for their kids.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
But it's great. I mean, there's no wrong way to do it. I mean, the kids who are scared and are just standing there, that's hilarious. The kids who are like overzealous and are really like they've been training at home the moves that they're going to use, that's hilarious. It's like there's no wrong way to do it with the kids, and now they've got a really excellent plot. It really is like a plot that unfolds, where the dark side kind of weighs on one of the kids' teachers, and they have to battle against that. And it was really neat. It was wonderful.
All right, so I got to know, you traded with the Jawa, I see. How'd that work out?
Yeah, we went to the launch bay, and we were going to go meet Chewbacca and Kylo Ren, but their lines were too long, so then we saw just some Jawa hanging out in the kind of area over at the side. So we went and talked to the Jawa, and they don't talk. I shouldn't say we talk. We
you interact with them.
Yeah, they move like really frantically and kind of fast.
So cute.
They want to trade. They're there to get their money's worth.
So much fun.
They are good traders. They took us to the cleaners, so we didn't really have anything. We didn't have a nice scooter like you had. I'm looking in our bag. I had a couple of ponchos. I gave him ponchos. I guess that didn't impress him enough because we got a little droid part. Is all we got.
That's usually what they hand out. I've heard is the droid parts is like the good stuff that they give out.
We didn't get anything, did we?
No, we didn't trade because they didn't want anything. But I've heard they like shiny things. So if you have like paper clips or like anything that's shiny, they'll usually trade for like a better droid part.
That's awesome. Well,
that is great fun. great creativity on their part, and a lot
they're
of
so
fun.
cute. And like we didn't even trade with them, and they spent like 10 minutes with us.
Yeah, well, it was they wanted your scooter.
Yeah, he was like, "Can I have the wheel at least?" I was like, "No, I need it."
That was so
and
creative.
then played with the horn and everything.
Yeah, that's right. He was so obsessed with the horn, like it was a robot or something.
Like it was a droid. He was going to start.
Yeah, he was like jumping up and down, and everything.
I know it.
The best.
That's awesome.
Those are so much fun. If you get the chance and that area is still open, definitely go check that out.
Big plus there. All right, I want to hear about your lunch.
The lunch.
I've never eaten there.
Quick service and Fairfax Fair, which is one of those outdoor places, kind of along the Sunset.
Yep.
I think it's Sunset Boulevard at that point, or maybe that's Hollywood still. But on your way down to Tower of Terror, and they have chicken and spare ribs, and they are good.
Yeah.
The ribs were wonderful. I mean, just falling off the bone, and the chicken, was barbecue. I mean, it wasn't anything fancy, but it was really well done.
I love ribs, and I really, when people say, "What's your favorite quick service at Hollywood Studios?" I kind of. I don't really.
There's really no great food.
I mean, for lunch, my favorite place probably to do lunch over there is I do like the Sci-Fi. Mm-hmm. I like the Sci-Fi, and I like the. I already mentioned it once today. Primetime Cafe. I've done that for lunch.
I'm talking about quick service.
I know,
but quick service is like just the ABC commissary, and
that doesn't really turn me on.
There's not much, and they just recently closed another one down.
Pizza Fari or Pizza one over there. Nothing really jumps out to me as being that special. So I'm glad they got spare ribs over there.
Yeah, I'd give this one a try. I mean, especially I know you guys don't do the dining plan ever, but that was also something that was great. It was it was a really like.
We've actually done it in the last couple of years. We did on that. Yeah, last year we did it. Actually.
I know I can't eat most of them because most of the places are meat places. So,
right.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't really want French fries for my lunch. So.
All right. I'm going to wrap up with some questions for you, Glenn.
Okay.
So any good stories now that you got some time to spend some special one-on-one time with AJ? Anything that jumped out at you that was really special?
The best thing is just that he's been a little extra huggy. He's been a little extra kind of conversational with me. I really feel like we just got bonded in a just a little bit more special way through the trip. It was everything that I really hoped that it would be. I mean, we had a great time when we were there, yes, but I think it was just the fact that we were at his age, we were inseparable. We had to be within 2 feet of one another, for 4 days straight, and that was really, that was really special.
Well, it's funny how fast the time flies when kids are growing up and you're working and they're going to school, and you really don't get a lot of time to spend with them. So vacation is really special.
Yeah, and this was just a really short trip too. And you sound like you did so much and you had so much fun.
We did. We did a lot, and we had a great time doing it. I mean, a little bit of a hiccup right at the beginning, of course, but that was the ancient history by the time we were even just waking up at Pop Century that first morning. It had faded away, and the Disney magic took over.
It makes you appreciate it more when you have a little bit of a hiccup at the beginning when things smooth out.
Well, I think when you take a short trip, we did a weekend with Ben and his girlfriend when he was at that baseball camp. We went up for the weekend, and you get really focused when you're only there for a few days. You don't you? You really,
like
you milk it for everything it's worth.
Yeah,
you know what you want to hit. And,
did you experience anything new that you hadn't done before?
Well, a lot of that was new. Certainly camping was new. So many of the things were new. I mean, Baymax, which was a highlight.
Peeing your pants at the Mexican boat ride.
There's one thing I almost forgot to mention, which was a real highlight, and this also comes down. So AJ is the shortened version of Arthur James. So his first name is Arthur.
Yeah.
There's a Sword in the Stone set up right behind the castle.
Yeah.
That
right in front of
Arthur pulls, and he's watched that movie before, and he when we went to Magic Kingdom, he purchased a sword and a shield, and he was a knight for the day, and he wanted desperately to pull that sword out of the stone, and he had convinced himself that he was going to do it, and the way that it works is nobody pulls it out except at like random times it kind of pulls out. I guess there's a magnet. I mean, Lindsay, do you know how it works?
It's for the stage show, so there's like a little mechanism that keeps it locked down, and then for the show they unlock it for that one kid.
Exactly.
So
I'm trying to remember the show we saw. Basically, the big, strong, burly guy can't pull it out, and then they bring a little kid in, they pull it out.
Yeah, that's what it does. They're looking for the hero in the crowd. But it's not listed anywhere in the catalog. The
Program.
the programs for the day. So when they come out looking for the hero to take the sword out of the stone, they do the whole show. Like the big guy can't get it out, and then they choose usually a kid to go see if they can do it, and then they play music and everything, and they crown them and everything.
Yeah, it's fun.
So exactly, and so I had gotten talking to one of the PhotoPass photographers when we were there, and AJ's trying to pull it out, and I said to him, he's convinced himself that he's going to pull it out and he's going to be disheartened. What do you know? And he said basically what you're saying, that that if you come in the morning for the show, that maybe you could let them know that his name is Arthur, and they could pick. So this is definitely something we're going to have to try.
So he wasn't able to do it then. Okay.
He wasn't able to do it, but he loved trying. And when I was asking him what his favorite thing was that day, it wasn't Buzz Lightyear, it wasn't Mine Train, with his hands up, it wasn't Peter Pan. It was trying to pull the sword out of the stone. That was still his favorite thing.
Hysterical.
We got a picture of you and Ben trying to pull it out.
Yeah. Well, I do all the kids stuff too, I should do the Jedi training.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I think there's an age restriction on that one. The robes don't fit. I
probably won't wait a half hour to sign up for it either. Well, wow, Glenn, it sounds like you had a great trip.
You sure did.
Awesome.
And can I say one more thing, Kurt?
Yeah, absolutely.
The Geekin family was right there with me the whole trip. We kept posting pictures on Facebook to the Super Geeks, and all of these new family members. Our new Ohana was talking with us, and it really made the trip so much more enjoyable to have the interaction with everyone. And so I want to thank you again for creating this community and giving us such a fun forum to interact with one another, and it really actually makes the experience more enjoyable. I found. I'm sure those Brian and Melissa and all the others who are there going are feeling that same thing. So I just wanted to say thanks.
Awesome. I agree with you too. We had a ball.
It's fun to watch other people
you burn your phone battery out, don't you, Glenn?
Oh yeah, I brought a couple of chargers with me.
I'm glad they got charging stations now.
Yeah, and also those portable chargers.
Yeah,
they're
those are
necessary
lifesavers.
now.
I so much agree with you, Glenn, and that's I'll take the show out. I mean, what Glenn's talking about is this amazing community that we enjoy and share on Facebook is the most enjoyable place we go. Got a group there, and if you want to be a part of that, if you just friend me on Facebook or like the Facebook page. I've got like 6 or 7 people who try to get in, but I'm trying to chat with them and they're not responding to me.
Yeah.
So if you're hearing this, and just chat back to me, because I keep it really personal and family friendly, and good people are in there.
We just want to make sure you're not a villain. You have to pass the test.
Yeah, I want to make sure you're a geek and you love Disney World and you're a positive person and have fun with it. And it has been so much fun. So if you want to do that, just get a hold of me and we'll get you in there. We love to have new people join us. And Lindsay, what else?
I think that's it.
We're all set. And yeah, just if you have any questions, you can email me at kurt.stone@geekinonwdw.com. And that is it for tonight. Thank you so much, Glenn. You're always a joy to talk with.
Thank you guys for having me on. Appreciate it always.
And
lots of fun.
Yes. Let's see. That's it, Linz.
I think that's it. So bye, everyone. Have a magical night.
Yes. Thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. And we'll see you real soon. Have a magical day and hope all your dreams come true. record button. All right, I'm ready.
I'm already here.
And Lindsay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Say
yes.
Yes.
I see you coming on the...
I have something in my contact lens.
All right. This is sort of a long intro. Let's see. You ready?
Hold on.
She's going to sneeze. No?
Can't wait for this intro. I was listening to 125 earlier today with your genie. That was a trip. That was awesome.
All right. Make sure, yes, you can laugh at me.
After.
After. Nice clean audio.
Actually, this one isn't necessarily funny. All right. Ready? Here we go.
You're talking about the little stand between Norway and...
Yeah, that's the one where I got my my anniversary margarita for you guys.
Okay, yeah, we never get drinks at that one, so...
No, we were set up for Illuminations already and didn't want to lose our spots. I just ran over there.
Yeah.
Yes, there is...
It's sad to lose a soldier, but
there are others who will take its place.
Yeah.
It's funny, I can't hear myself. I'm going to turn myself
I can
up.
never hear you.
I'm going to turn myself up.
I can only ever hear you.
All right. Ready, Lindsay?
Yeah.
Good job.
That's it.
Oh, thank you guys. That was so much fun. It always is.
I can't. My dad didn't tell me that it was just you and your son. That is the sweetest thing.
I should have said it on air, but then I got home and my 3-year-old was like, "When do I go?"
Oh,
wow.
Oh, he wasn't jealous because he knows he's going to turn 5. I told him that when he turns 5, he can do it. So I started looking like when would work, around this time of year. He's a March birthday, so we'd go around this time of year. And so I've got March. It's funny, or May, I'm sorry, May 19th through 22nd. This exact same 4-day stretch is available in 2018.
Woohoo!
Would work Monday through Thursday. So
6 years.
664 days to go as of the time when I posted it on the Facebook.
5-6 years old is a good age. They can... I've heard a lot of people talk about where they can... I know Ben did.
They still get the magic, but they're not afraid.
Yeah, and they can go on just about everything, right? Did you guys go on roller coasters too?
Yeah, he loves the roller coasters. Yeah. I mean, he's
big enough, right?
He's not big enough to do... No, he's not big enough for a couple. I mean, he can't do Space Mountain and he can't do... Rock and Roller Coaster. We didn't go to Animal Kingdom, but I don't think.
Well, he's a real daredevil, so
in a few years,
in the coming years, he's going to really enjoy that.
Well, he's got stuff to enjoy, still to come to
he's
enjoy.
Got stuff. So is he a fan of the Disney World then?
Oh, he's a huge fan. I mean, we've started listening to the Tiki Room station on Pandora, so it plays the songs from all the rides and everything. And he loves now guessing which ride it is. He's like name that tune, like 3 notes, and he's got it. And he's like, I've Disneyfied him. He's obsessed with it.
All right, Glenn. Good job.
Kurt.
Tonight we will. This will be not this coming Monday, the Monday after.
Awesome. Well, thanks for staying awake with me, guys. I appreciate it.
I know I'm going to have a long week. I'm going to take Friday off. I think I'm going to go to the Yankee game this Friday. Is my game plan.
Awesome.
And that's going to be a real late night. The game that will
on
start
Friday.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're nuts.
I know. And Ben's got a game tomorrow night late. And
you're going to go with Ben, obviously.
We'll see.
Life's for living.
That's it, man. Sleep is for when you're dead.
When you're dead, right?
I'm going to go
sleep. Or if you
sleep.
get sick from all the
Yeah, that's right.